name is Katie Van Heidrich, and I am the author of The In Between, this beautiful middle grade memoir in verse, which captures my life at the very precarious and what I would love to say is like the dumbest time of your life. 13, 7th grade, living in an extended stay motel with my family. Really, in this particular situation, it wasn't very often that we literally had nowhere to go. At times we could stay with family members, or maybe we could stay with friends, or maybe we could just figure out how to get our way into another apartment. And around this time, my father had just remarried. My parents had been divorced for some time and had this new wife, and they lived in this new home. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, well, if we don't have anywhere to go, we're going to go there, of course. But that doesn't happen. Instead, we move into this extended stay motel room. Me, age 13, my brother, age 12, my sister, age 11. It's like the worst possible time for this type of thing to be going on. I see people talking about their favorite words, and I have a lot of yummy, scrumptious words that come to mind when I think about words that roll off the tongue, or words that really mean something, or words that come from a very specific place, or words that evoke a very specific meaning. But considering that this incredible recognition, book of the month, for Scripps National Spelling Bee, I think I should tell my traumatic spelling bee story. A lot of writers who do these videos are, speaking very fondly of their spelling bee experiences, and no, that wasn't me. Not at all, actually. And I make it through the first round. The word is newspaper. I'm like, I got that. Compound word, newspaper, is nothing tricky about that. And then I get to round 2, and the word is sensitive. Sensitive. I have repracticed that for years. I mean, really decades, if I'm being honest with myself. Because I spelled it S-E-N, and I was just going so fast. I was so nervous. I said S-E-N-T-I. And I remember I said T-I because like T-I was like a thing at the time. And I was like, well, that's not how you spell sensitive. And they had already said the rules were like, if you said the wrong letter, you couldn't go back and correct it. Even though in that moment I instantly knew I needed to go back, and T-I needed to be S-I before T-I-V-E, but I was out. And that's my spelling bee story, and I carry that one with me everywhere. So The In Between, it's a book that I wrote, and some of it is about like carrying stuff, carrying stuff that's yours or that's not yours, and making a really big deal out of it, and overthinking everything inside of your mind, whether or not you should be or not. Trying to figure out who I am, who I want to be, where I am right now, and how I can get as far away from where I am right now as possible. So what I latch onto, or the places that I go inside of my mind, or inside of my dreams, or inside of my stories, or inside of my journals, through the power of words, in order to completely revision myself somewhere else. Because where I was, I did not want to be. I didn't want to be with my family. I didn't want to be in our very precarious living situation. I wanted space, and I wanted time, and I wanted agency, and I wanted the ability to figure out life for myself. Because being dependent on other people to live, to eat, to go to school, to have the right school supplies, to have the right emotional support was really unpredictable. Just all the young versions of ourselves, all the baby versions of ourselves that really just need to be told, like, yo, chill out as much as you can, control what you can control, which for the most part is just yourself, and just know that in time things will get better. You're in this in-between place, but things have to get better. You're not always going to be here. You are going to get to this place where you're going to be in control and have agency, and be able to design and vision and redesign and revision your life for yourself on your own terms. That's what I really wanted to communicate in this book.